We have some huge news right now. Republicans are panicking because they could lose a special election in Tennessee's 7th congressional district in less than 1 week. Next Tuesday is the special election, and Democrat Aftyn Behn is running against a Trump endorsed Republican. And while MAGA is spooked, they've spent $7 million on this one election through super PACs, on commercials, and more. And it's because polling has tightened. This is a ruby red district, the Trump plus 22 district. The former Republican that represented Mark Green before won it by 21 points. But according to Aftyn Behn, she has cut that margin from 21-22 to just 4 points with 1 week to go. And I think it's a stunning testament to where we are as a nation, because Republicans right now are panicked over the future of the House of Representatives. And if Democrats are able to win this race, well, Mike Johnson's tenure as Speaker may be coming to an end a lot quicker than a lot of folks realize. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because I just sat down with the Democrat running Aftyn Behn about her campaign, about where things stand in this moment, and about what you can do if you're interested in supporting her campaign about moving forward. Because this, folks, this is a big race, and I'm going to be covering it for you all night on Tuesday night once it happens, but also in the lead up to it, I want you to hear directly from the Democrat running for Congress in Tennessee's 7th congressional district, a special election that could decide the future of the House of Representatives. Let's just jump right in. Here is Aftyn Behn. Super excited today to be joined by Aftyn Behn, who is a current state representative in Tennessee, the Democratic nominee in the special election coming up right around the corner in Tennessee's 7th congressional district. I want to just jump right in. For those folks who have never met you, have never heard your name, why is this race important?
This race is important. Well, it's become increasingly important, especially with as you've been following and communicating to your audience. The House majority the House Republican majority has become slimmer and slimmer, and this race is, if we flip it, would give them even a less of a margin to govern. More importantly, it's an R plus 22 district, and we have closed the margin to about 4 points, which is why the Republican apparatus has poured about $7 million into the race and against me. But it's important because it's a deep red district in the South, in which if we are able to get close or flip it, it means that the Washington Republican agenda is over, and that the South has something to say.
So R plus 22 district, you've cut the lead to 4. Where's that coming from? How'd you get that? How'd that happen?
Well, it happened over a decade. I am part of a grassroots cavalry that has worked to build the skill sets of young people to knock doors, that has rebuilt democratic infrastructure in the South in a place that hasn't been invested in quite some time. And so I was an Indivisible organizer. I worked for National Indivisible and helped start all these groups and keep them up and running. And that is the infrastructure and that is being leveraged today for this race. And two, it's the unpopularity of an economic agenda that hasn't delivered. When I'm out in the district, most voters are talking about the rising cost of living and the fact that the Republicans have offered no remedy to make life more affordable for Tennesseans.
Well, I got to ask you, because a lot of folks have been saying, well, this is just there's no chance Democrats can win because it is an R plus 22 district. What do you say to those folks who say, I'm not going to invest my time, I'm not going to invest my money in this race? What's your response?
It's the perfect storm, as the Cook Political Report indicated. It is an election that is on the heels of successful Democratic candidates winning earlier this month. The momentum's on our side. The energy is palpable across the district. And like I said, the unpopularity of a federal administration that is seeing the highest unfavorability ratings of his entire tenure. And finally, we need to invest in places like the South, and we are so close. So I would ask that you make this race your entire personality during Thanksgiving. We've got phone banks set up. Come down to Tennessee. We've got a day of action on the 29th. But if we do win this, it will be a race that will rewrite the Democratic playbook as to what it means in this, what it means to win in the South.
So I got to ask you, so you get into Congress, you're there day one. What should we expect from a Congresswoman Behn?
Well, I have been a broken record when it comes to making groceries cheaper. But as a state legislator, I fought to end Tennessee's regressive grocery tax, of which we are nine. We are one of 9 states that still continues to tax groceries, and find that lost revenue by closing corporate loopholes. So, two tenets of my legislative portfolio are corporate accountability, include corporate accountability and making groceries cheaper. And so that's what you can expect from me as the next congresswoman of the 7th congressional district.
Now, you are in a very ruby red district, and you are going to come in, if you win, to a ruby red Congress as well, a Congress that is led by Republicans in the House. How do you win over Republican voters? How do you work with Republicans when you really have to win?
It's a great question. And I'll take a play from my playbook in the Tennessee legislature, in which we are the super minority. As a freshman lawmaker, I passed a bill which was unheard of, a member of the super minority to pass a bill her freshman year. And I did that by working across party lines. I am happy to work across party lines when it means delivering to decrease costs, increase wages, and improve people's way of life. And I'm happy to work across party lines if that is going to be the solution.
When is the election? Remind folks.
Yeah, so we are early voting is still going on. We have one more day of early voting, which is tomorrow. So all the college students that are coming home to Nashville that live in the 7th congressional district, please check your voter registration. You can vote tomorrow, and then the election is December 2nd, next Tuesday.
Are you at all worried? Because I saw you mentioned at the beginning, and I also have been seeing reports that super PACs, Republican-led super PACs, have been pouring a ton of money into the district. And to me, that's a sign of respect, because if they weren't, I would say you're done. Like, there's no chance you're going to win. No one thinks you're going to win. But they seem to be worried.
Yeah, they are very worried. They are very worried, and it's because I think what's important is, Nashville plays a huge role in this story, because Nashville loves its Democratic lawmakers, of which I'm one. And so when you come for me, you come for all of us, and that's the sentiment on the doors. A lot of voters are just, they're fed up. They're so fed up. We're fed up that our congressional district was cut into 3. We are fed up with the chaos of Washington. And I think those are the voters that are going to turn out. But just to your audience, if you are listening, early voting, I don't know when this will air, but early voting continues for this Wednesday, and the election is next Tuesday.
I think that's a big deal. I think a lot of people need to know that. So before I let you go, I guess, what's your closing message in this campaign to folks who both in Tennessee but also not in Tennessee? Do you need donations? What do you need, and what's your closing message in this moment?
As W.E.B. Du Bois said, as goes the South, so goes the nation. And our fates are inextricably linked across this country. And so, this race has become nationalized because people love an underdog story. They love to see an underdog succeed. And that's what we're doing in Tennessee after our congressional district was cut. So as you are able, please throw a few bucks our way. It helps us to keep our commercials up on TV with the onslaught of Republican attack ads. And if you know folks in the 7th district, please reach out to them and make sure that they have a plan to vote.
Aftyn Behn, thanks so much for joining me, and good luck next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Hey folks, Aaron Parnas here. Thank you so much for watching The Parnas Perspective. Please consider subscribing to support our work as we grow this independent news media entity into something that rivals mainstream every single day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.